or evening. Welcome to Stream 11. All about the gyro here. Hope your Sunday is well. There has been some really good racing already today. The Formula One race was bonfide nuts. 6 hours endurance at the Nürburgring. That was also crazy as well. I do not suspect this race to be any less dramatic. It is the Spec Racing Ford at Phoenix Part 2. So today kind of marks the end of the official season, season 13. So right now I have a C license 3.53. It would probably take me probably four races to get the magic 4.0 for B. So I'm not going to try. I'm just going to be satisfied with the rapid rate of progression I've had in the licenses and start working on improvement of iRating. So today we're going to have at least two streams. We're going to have this one, and then if I can get in, Dave Camp is hosting a community race today, and if I'm able to get into that, I'll be streaming that as well because that is going to be hilarious. The rules are definitely a bit bonkers for sure. So great to have you along. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Labor Day here in the United States, so I get an extra day off, which is sorely appreciated and needed. Since there is a week 14 where there's going to be all sorts of frivolity and fun, and I've been partaking in that a little bit on the oval side. Yesterday, it was a bit bonkers to say the least. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun week. But one of the videos I'm going to do probably tomorrow. That way I actually have like talking points and put a little bit of extra preparation in this. And that will be the disclosure of the events that I am aiming to participate in season 4. There has been some thoughts and rethoughts. We're the number 4 car in this particular one. We will qualify. And hopefully have a good race. There's definitely been some thoughts on what I would like to do. So this particular car will be part of that new schedule. I am intending to race most, if not all, of the Spec Racing Ford, just because it's a great training tool. I'm already seeing the transfer of skills and concepts learned here into GT3. I did a practice session at the Roval this morning and was already over a second up on my personal best. And that was after driving this car around a little bit. So definitely this car is teaching me a lot of things. So you're going to see this car be one of the main features on the channel going forward for season 4. GT3 is definitely also going to feature prominently because you have the IMSA Online Sports Car Championships, you have the 3-hour endurance races, and then you have Petit Le Mans is coming up. So yeah, so there'll be a full-blown video. We'll explain scheduling and kind of give the direction a little bit of to give the channel a little bit of direction. That way, you maximize your viewing pleasure. So, hoping for another good race here. I've had two good ones here. This track really forces good car control. So, here we go. Number 4 car. So, I do know on this setup on cold tires, this is a demon to drive. So, try to get as much heat as I can into these tires. So I've been doing a little bit of practice in this car, both here in week 1's circuit, which is Summit Point, full Summit Point. And found some things in the setup. Try to maximize the arc here so I can get speed. And as you see by my best time, I gained 1.3 seconds on some line adjustments and understanding how the car wants to work. So and as you just saw, the car is a demon with cold tires. So I'm not surprised I screwed that up. That's why you have two. And really here, qualifying does not mean very much. It just doesn't. In both of my previous races, it seems like quite a few folks just gridded. They didn't even go out to qualify. And I think part of that is safety rating. I've seen a lot of that this week.
One more lap.
A lot of people trying to keep licenses. Just going to try to get it around. This car is still very cold. This corner has really been catching me out. Matter of fact, I'm going to reset and not take the extra qual. That corner has really been catching me out because I'm overshooting and I'm not hitting the way the brakes are. I'm not getting the right feel. So yeah, not getting the right feel. I've put quite a bit of stiffness in the rear and changed a little bit of caster angle, not much, just a little bit. And I've definitely preferred what I saw. I mean, if I drive to my ability, I'm a lot further up, but I just want to get on the grid. I am expecting carnage. I just want to avoid it. So I've put a time up there just to be a little bit further up. And so, yeah, I've really been working with this car. So we're going to do probably the full season in Spec Racing Ford. So really, really happy about that. I have secured a Skippy. I don't know if I'm going to race Skippies or not. Um, just because I'm more GT oriented, but probably wouldn't hurt. But there's a lot of great creators out there that's doing Skippies, and there's not a lot of content for the Spec Racing Ford. So looking forward to it. So this car is very tail happy. I will tell you that right now. Very, very tail happy. And let me add a little more bias. I'm going to need a little more bias. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to but yeah, we're going to have some fun. So, yeah, hopefully, like I said, we get into the community race later today. And then I may do one more to kind of close out what has been abbreviated season 3, because I only joined the service about a month ago, if that. But we definitely have made headway in the license system. So now it's time to put in the hard work and bump that I rating up. And the only way you're going to do that is to race and race often. And so grinding out some laps. Once that happens, success only comes before work in the dictionary. So, all right, here we are. I'm on the inside for the first time. So I'm 11th, only a couple places forward than I have been. So, and the other thing I've been working on in this car is the standing start. So,
Hey guys, great race. Have fun.
been working on my standing starts. And let's see, 14. So, I don't know if ever, I don't know about up front. So 11, 9, 8, 6, 4. I don't know about the front cars yet. So, we already know first lap is going to be carnage. I just hope not to be involved in it and do what I've done the last 2 times, and that is gain a bunch of places right off the hop. So, let's make sure I don't add any fuel. I don't need it. And I won't need tires for that. All right, there we go. just in case we get dinged up, get that fast repair. But yeah, okay, here we go. I'm gonna put it right at 3,000.
Green, green, green.
And a pretty good start. I want to get on the outside here.
Left side.
And that's why I'm expecting, whoa,
Car ahead.
whoa, we got lucky there. No contact, no foul there.
All around. Slow car ahead. Right side. You're in the middle. 3 wide.
And nowhere to go.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear. Left side. Still there. Hold your line. Clear on the left.
That was what I was expecting.
Go right. Go right. You got a slow car on the left. Car stop on the left. Car on your left. Clear on the left. Car on your left. Still there. Hold your line.
So, yep, total carnage.
Keep to the right. Clear on the left. You got a slow car on the left. Car stop on the left. Car stop on the left. Go
And this is what happens when you don't realize you're on cold tires. And we'll see how much I'm compromised here for speed. Because I really don't want to lose time. Got a little bit of front end push there.
You're in the top 10. Right side. Stay on the left.
And that,
Clear on the right. Right side. Clear. Car right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear. Slow car ahead. Car on your left.
block it up.
Still there. Hold your line. Stay on the
My
right.
line.
Clear.
So somehow, through all of that, I have ended up in 6th, maybe 5th.
Nice and smooth. Left side. You're in 5th. Keep to the right. Clear on the left.
Some of you guys have no business being in this group right now. And that is part of the problem with racing lower rank drivers. You have 2 guys that are coming into a decreasing radius corner, and they're on a tight line, and they take away the line, and you have nowhere to go. Very frustrating, that situation. Very, very frustrating, because here's one of the many reasons why I chose not to try to go up in class. A lot of carnage, and driving very conservatively, and I have guys going hell-bent for leather on cold tires. So, yeah. I meant exactly what I said. Some of them don't belong here. So we will be looking at replay, but we are going to finish. Very frustrating set of events. because now I have to warm up the tires again. So, yeah. You will have races like this.
We're done. Get going.
I mean, they're not realizing on cold tires this car does not have grip. And because of that, first 2 laps happens. Now I gotta be super careful now. Get my tires back up so you feel the front push, and that is cold tires. See, that's why I kind of take a little bit wider line because I can carry more speed. What I do is let him go. Pass left, Mario.
Car on your left. Clear.
Very important to be the gentleman driver when you can. These guys go.
Left side. Clear on the left.
The race is not with them. And now we're just logging laps. I'm already at 7x, so at least my 7x was early. So my feelings about the Spec Racing 4. So this car does 3 things in terms of teaching I think is vital for any road racer. The first thing is do your braking early in this car. You have to do your braking early in this car. There is no traction control in this car.
I mean, I was there. I don't know what you want me to do.
And that's what happened. So, still learning to gauge that corner, but I'm getting better at it. Fronts are just starting to warm up. So here we go, a little bit tighter.
Car right. Clear on the right.
Like maybe a little compromise there. Yeah, I'm pulling away from it. Maybe pitting. And that's why you keep at it. When you have situations like this, don't give up. There's always something to learn. And it would be very easy for me to just quit right there and say, that's it, end of stream, see you later. That thought crossed my mind, but I said, no, this is a time to make a statement. Sometimes you need to have record of your less than good races. So here's something to keep in mind. A lot of your YouTube creators out there, they will, most of the time, see, I'm breaking too late there, gotta back it up. They'll show you mostly good races. But I think you learn more from failure than success. You learn more from difficulty than from triumph. So here I am, 15th. Trying to learn something. So if I can set an example of don't quit when it's so easy to. So easy to quit. I mean, we're in an era where, because of social media, that it's so easy just to block and unfriend and all that. And I go, much better. See, I'm braking at the dash. I was over braking that corner. I was driving 50 extra feet deep and shoving it when I just needed to brake at the dash on the right hand side of the broken line. This car will slow down. All right, 14th. So
Great job. 10 to go.
need to get into 9th or 10th for any I rating. Don't see that happening. That doesn't mean I'm not going to stop trying. So never give up. It's a great lesson here. Reminded of a situation that Jimmy Broadbent. So Jimmy, stream legend in sim racing. I joined him when he was about 6,000 subs. So pretty early on in the scheme of things. And it was a race. It was either the 8 or 12 hours of Istanbul. It was an R Factor 2. And here he is. He's in a situation where I did not use the brakes there. Very bad. Slowly learning how to trail brake this car. And it has to be very slow. Okay, I don't see 12th, and I don't see 11th. And the way that the race was going to run, there was no way that his team was going to run to win that race. And this was in the front-wheel drive Nissan. They're an R Factor 2. They never gave up. And then something crazy happened. Their direct competitor wrecked. And now they had the stress of bringing the car home. Jimmy brought the car home, won the race. And up to his Le Mans victory, I thought that was the greatest race he had ever done, just because he didn't give up. So if I can make my channel in that vein where it's, hey, no matter how bad it sucks, keep trying. And so be it. I think it's a good example for people to learn, and that is persistence. People don't persist very well these days. They're very prone to give up too easily. But don't give up. I will need 11th and 12th to help me. A little bit. Just starting to get the hang of it. Oh, that's much better. That's the best I've done that. What I'm doing is trying to get the car straight and slowly hit the brakes just to not lock them up. I am gaining time, it looks like, on those guys. They were 15 seconds up the road. So Spec Racing 4, it's a D license. That's all you need. You don't even have to buy the car. It comes with the service. And I've really clicked with this car. There's just something about it that once you figure out the brake bias, things are of, and understand how tail happy this car is. The default brake bias, to give you an idea, is 60%. That's how.
Car stopped ahead. Car stopped ahead. Car stopped ahead.
Oh, 2 cars ahead.
Go right. Car on your left.
Excuse me.
Still there. Hold your line.
I will be trying to come through. Okay. All right, so there's 11th. So a couple things I'm realizing about this car. So the first thing, if you look at my previous video and you look at this one, I'm going to roll it off here
You got 5 laps to go.
because
Right side. Clear.
I see that car ahead of me. So just trying to be super careful. That is Muriel, so I've gone up to 12th. Oh, 11th has got a neck connection issue. Let's hope they get back. So the first thing about this car is the shift point. Right around 5,500 is when you want to be shifting. You do not want to let the engine run out. What I've found is it keeps it in the power curve longer. And because this car's got a nice amount of torque
You
to
got a
it,
slow car on the left.
you'll be super happy.
You got a slow car on the left. Go right.
So sorry, dude. What happened there is I screwed that up on entry, and that is 110% my fault. Now I've gained 11th. So if I end up getting
To go.
one more position somehow by hook or by crook, my A rating hit will be not too bad. So 5,500 shift point, I'm finding I'm getting good acceleration and power, the right balance. That's the first thing. about this car. The second is that brake bias. The brake bias is this car is so tail happy. That's what makes it fun, you know? You can't get too over that, but you don't want to do anything more than that. Is because it's tail happy, not only are you being taught brake before turning, but the other thing is that you're being taught is proper turn in and exit. So if you do not do your braking before turning on this car, when you get to turn in, the car is unstable. And this car will tell you, hey, you just drove this in an unstable manner, don't do that. And how it does that is it will just flat out oversteer, which is what happened here. And just what I did there. So there is the fine line between slowing down and you hit the brakes too firmly. The rest is history. It is that fine of a line, so you cannot chase this car.
Car stop on the left.
You have to kind of tell yourself, drive it semi-calmly. I think that's the best way to go about it, is drive it calm. So what I've been trying to focus on is get wide here.
Schedule some testing. We'll get them next time.
Yeah. Go, you know what, spotter. So I'm gonna drive it around. Safety ratings based on corners per incident. I had 7 of mine pretty early on. Then managed to kind of keep it relatively neat. But I meant what I said earlier. Some people should not be racing because I'm seeing mistakes that they shouldn't be doing. Like basic mistakes, as if they don't understand the car the way they need to. So one of the minuses about spec racing Ford. So the first thing for me is scheduling every other hour. I would love for this to be every hour. I would be over the moon with that. Now, I believe in contrast, skippies are every hour. So if someone knows, comment as appropriate. That's the first thing, which is kind of a bummer. But
okay, the race is over. Bring it on in.
The other thing is you have to practice with this car.
Move it.
But once you do, it becomes a joy to drive. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do some replay analysis, shall we? And let's do, and I will do normal chase here. So let's look at the replay and let's see what happened here. So drop the clutch about 3,000 revs, give or take. Now note this right here. This right here, I'm already seeing this. This is why I'm over here. This person's already hitting the brakes. I think they're getting ready as well. So now these three are away, and now you have three cars in the same part of it. This one's trying to sneak through. I got a little grass there. I got very lucky. Look at this. The only thing that saved me is I'm actually going to clip the grass is I wasn't on the gas. I was kind of trying to breathe it. Got a little twitchy and barely missed the 6. Wow, I barely missed the 6. Yeah, William Harvey. Barely missed him. The 8 car, he got really loose because, and I bet you what he did is he didn't let off the gas here. And what he should do here is come straighter this way instead of trying to cut back in. So this tells me he doesn't understand the car the way he needs to. Wreck. And somehow I avoid him. Meanwhile, this is going forward. So, all right, we're going to move it on. Green car dodges out of the way. And now here's this problem. So let's look at this guy. Okay, he's hit the brake, aimed for the gap, and he's got the corner wrong. So instead of hitting the gas, he's got to roll the throttle a little bit. Meanwhile, look up here. Look right up here in this corner. So the 7, what happened is they're going straight. They didn't roll the throttle. That's why they spun it. 15 spun it. I got nowhere to go. 3 kind of shoves me back on, which is understandable. He's trying to get back on the line. I see the 14 and said, okay, let me let him go by. That car has gone off. So there's a white car over there. This guy, let's see what happened. 77. So, and if you notice, he lets off way too early. So that's another situation where you have to do your slowing down before you turn. That's a big lesson in these cars. So that's just the first couple of corners. So we'll move it along here. So we're past that guy. And now this person has spun out. All right, so let's see what he did. All right. Comes in. And he missed the line. So cold tires, didn't have the grip, the car pushed. And what happens is he's trying to hit the brakes. There's no grip out there. And there you go. So definitely a case of do your braking before turning. If you're going to screw up on this car, screw up short. So number 14 guy. So this is the car that I let by. Comes in, too much oversteer. And let's look at the speed here. Didn't hit the brakes there. That's more of he's rolling the throttle through to get through that. Okay. So 13 guy. So here's one of the reasons why I said what I said. Here's the situation. My competitor is spinning, and this guy has spun. On the brakes, hits the curb, and settles the car on cold tires. So lots of errors on the first lap. So he doesn't realize I'm there. So notice he's pointed this way, but look at his wheels. They never turned. So I'm taking an off track to try to get around him. I know he's there, I've seen him. I chose the lift here, just to make sure I get to the corner. And now this person shows up. All right, Steve, what happened with you? Okay, you got some help. Okay, so here we go. On the brakes, 3 spins, 2 tries to avoid. And okay, this right here, let's see what happened to the 3 here. Comes in, he's too quick for the tires, counter steers. So notice he accelerates instead of letting off. Impatience kills. So a very, very entertaining first lap, to say the least. All right, so let's speed this up a little bit. So he has braking issues. So now I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm in 6. I'm happy. I overshot the corner. So I'm causing a little bit of grief for my competitor in the back. All right, so let's now analyze this situation. Okay. So my line is out here. He's now going to draft pass. So I've hit the brake because I realize he's going to dive bomb this corner. So another error. There's the next part of, hey, some of you shouldn't be here. You now understand the situation. All right, so here I am. I'm now trying to turn in, and I see this guy there. And now I'm way too late, and that's why I wrecked. So, yeah, some pretty bad racing here. So let these 2 die. There's this. Okay, let's check out this spin. Let's check out this spin. What happened here? Okay. He's got a good toe. Okay. Very much a racing incident. I don't think this competitor realized what this one is, and then I'm going to say the same argument this way. He knows he's got the draft. He's got a better run off the corner. And that's a classic racing incident. So that's mirrors. That's a lot of different things. So anyway, frustrating. Very frustrating. Let's see what the results were. I know I went down in safety rating. I lost 0.12 and lost 33 in the I rating. Pierre won that even with spins. But yeah, definitely frustrating. There's some like that guy lost the number one car lost 80 points in I rating. So, well, I'm gonna let you go for now. But a little bit later, about 2 hours from now, give or take, we're gonna have hopefully the Dave Cam community race. It's gonna be a lot of fun. See y'all in a little while.